If you follow exactly what I'm going to tell you, I will teach you how to build an agency in 2024 so you can start to make millions in this year and years to come. If you don't know who I am, my name is Jordan Ross. I run an 8-figure agency. In 2023, our clients added over $50 million in annual recurring revenue through our models and systems. And I'm breaking down exactly how to build an agency from scratch in 2024. So the first thing that you need to do if you do not have an agency is you need the skill. If you do not have a skill where you are truly exceptional, where you are truly great at what you do, you need to start there. If you cannot build websites, if you cannot deliver ads, if you cannot make creatives, you cannot write copy well, if you cannot do CRO exceptionally well, or whatever service-based skill that you have in the field of marketing, you need to start there. The number one thing is that young individuals, very specifically, they will try to build a service and sell services when they're not actually great at it themselves. The reality of it is the marketplace is extremely competitive, and the best agencies get word of mouth referrals. You should start by beating out everyone on the skills. So if you can go get a job in an agency or work for free to build up the skills, that would be my number one thing. Now, once you actually have the skills, and if you're in that place where you have the skills and you're a freelancer, I need you to go get a few clients. My recommendation is go get exceptional clients for free or for a very low cost. My first client ever was Sam Lister. Sam Lister was running Blank Slate Media at the time. He had a really good personal brand on LinkedIn, and I offered to work for him for free. Sam Lister's credibility allowed me to sign David Riggs as a client, Nico DeBrain as a client, and Jimmy Slagle as a client, because when I told them I was working with Sam, they all immediately trusted me through the transitive property. As it relates to you and your business, my second step for building an agency in 2024 is to find a client for free that has a really good brand. That when you tell people, oh, I'm working with this person, they are my client, you will have credibility. Now, I want you to pick a whale. I want you to pick someone that is willing to give you referrals. And here's exactly how you frame this conversation. I want you to build a list of 10 to 100 dream clients, and I want you to DM them. I want you to identify what it is that you want to do for them, whether it's video editing, copy, design, websites, and go and do that service for them for free. And then when you message them, I want you to email them, DM them, or text them, somehow get their contact information and let them know saying, hey, Mr. or Mrs. Name, I noticed you were creating content. I know you're running ads. I went ahead and I actually did this service for you for free. If you like what I created, I would love to work for you for free. That's when you will get a reply. Once you get a reply, you need to get on the phone with them and get an interview and make an agreement. Your agreement has to be that if they like what you do for about 2 to 3 months, two things will happen. Number one, they will convert into a paid client for you around preconceived and predetermined numbers. And number two, they will make introductions. Have them commit to 3 to 5 introductions. And number three, make sure that they give you a written and video testimonial. If you can commit for free work in return for those 3 things, you are off to the races. Now, while you're doing that, you're learning the craft. I want you to document your process. I want you to get really granular on how you want to deliver. I want you to learn during this time. I want you to take notes around delivery, reporting, account management, calls, quarterly reviews, monthly reviews. I want you to document what it is that you do. This should be a science. It should be so calculated that you know exactly how you want to proceed moving forward with every single client. If you do not know that, it's probably a little bit too early to build an agency and you should still be a freelancer. Now, once you've gotten to the point where you have the skill, you've learned how to deliver, I need you to start asking your 2 to 5 free clients that you get for referrals. If you truly do a good job and you have, let's say, 3 free clients and they each committed to giving you 3 referrals each, that's 9 new clients that are going to be paying you. Now you will have, within the first 3 to 6 months, 9 paying clients in addition to 3 clients that you converted from free work to pay work, and you should have 12 paying clients. If you do good work and you are charging each person $1,500 a month, you're going to be making $18,000 6 months into your journey. Now, at this point, you're going to be having 12 clients. You're going to be making good money as a freelancer. And this is when you need to fully document your process to start hiring people. The first hires, I want you to look at the administrative items that are easy to do. So things that take no logic, no training. You could just make one document or one video training, and you could delegate this system or this process. The way you could identify what these things are is I want you to download the software called Clockify. I want you to look at where your time is going. And from that, I want you to then go on Upwork.com and hire a VA. I do have a video I posted posted it in the past. Check out my Upwork video on how you could hire that person. Once you hire that person, I want you to build a checklist for them. The checklist is the daily checklist that they will need to do. I want you to write every single task they need to do and every day of the week. Now, if you look at this picture on the screen right here, this is a checklist for one of my employees who runs a lot of my administrative functions in my company. And you can see here, I don't have to talk to this person to know if he does things every single day. This is your third and fourth step. Hire your admin, get low leverage administrative and operational things off your plate, train them, and give them a checklist that they submit every single day to you. Once you start doing this, I want you to start documenting your journey. That is step number 5. I want you to start writing about the work you deliver. I want you to start talking about the successes you have with your clients. I want you to talk about the pain points you're solving, the questions you're answering. Every time a client asks you a question, that's content. Every time you do something that creates success for your client, that is content. Your 5th and 6th step is to build brand and to write content. Now, if you do not know how to do this, you're going to want to study guys like Wiz of Ecom and Dakota Robinson on Twitter, or myself. Each of these individuals write content really well, and I want you to start documenting this because this is going to be social proof that we're going to come back to in the future. Now, at this point, you have a service. You're able to get referrals. You're able to get low leverage administrative things off your plate. You're able to consistently deliver. Now, at this rate, you will either need to learn how to sell and get more clients or get things off your plate. My recommendation is you learn to sell and simultaneously delegate and hire your first real contracted employee. Step number 7, I want you to learn how to sell contextually before you actually start to sell. So go through some of my sales training, the things you need to know around selling. You need to get on a call. You need to establish a relationship and build rapport. You need to ask your prospect what they're trying to accomplish and what their pain points are around the current service. You need to then offer consultative advice. Hey, would you mind if I give you some advice on this topic? Once you do that, you basically build a strategy for them. When you build the client's or prospect's strategy for them, you say to them, hey, would you be interested in seeing how I can implement this strategy on your behalf? That's how you sell, and then you make an offer. The way that I like to do it is based on Alex Ramosi, where he says, once you make an offer, great, now that you know how it works, would you like to see what the price costs? And then you say, after the price, now, would it be crazy for us to get started today? And handle objections. So step number 7, you learn how to sell. Step number 8, I need you to start to delegate some of the operational things off your plate. So I want you to bring on one part-time contractor in order to get the main function off your plate. If you're running ads, if you're writing copy, if you're building websites, if you're doing CRO, you need to have someone that can do the core function that's not you. This thing takes a while. So I need you to write out your process workflow. That's the first step of how you actually deliver this work to your clients, all the way to the last step, which includes onboarding them and maintaining them every quarter. When you do this well, it's going to be extremely clear on how you can deliver your service. I want you to build correlating SOPs and trainings. SOPs tell people what to do. Trainings teach people how to think. Trainings are basically a series of where you're actually going in, using video, using Loom, and doing the function for them. When you onboard a contracted employee, which you could probably find them on Upwork, you're going to want to pay them more handsomely. My recommendation in order to hire someone similar to a VA, it's put them through a job assessment. Give them actual on-job functions that they need to show you they can do. And then when you interview them, you're interviewing them for cultural fit. Identify the 3 to 5 things you need to see to know if this person's a cultural fit for you. Instead of saying, tell me about a time when questions, I want you to ask actual situational questions that tease out these cultural contexts that you need to see. What I like to say, for culture, it should be a perfect fit. It should be 5 out of 5, 4 out of 4, 6 out of 6 perfect answers. Once you get this person set up, you take them through your workflow, you take them through your onboarding, you take them through your training, and I want you to work on accounts with them for at least 2 or 3 months. Because this is your first hire, it's going to be ugly. It's not going to be perfect with you training them. So as you do this with them, I want you to take on a client and work on that client together. I want them to be the main implementer, and I want you to audit almost everything. I want you to build their standard work checklist, where on a daily basis, they're submitting all their tasks that they're doing. If they're running accounts, if they're doing media buying, if they're doing development, I want you to have at least 1 audit a day and training for at least 30 minutes a day for 1, 2, or 3 months. Like I said, this is the first person you ever trained. You're probably not going to be that great at it. So I need you to set up boundaries to make sure you don't screw this up. So as you work on your first clients with them, you're really just going to be making sure that they can fulfill. And as they're working contracted part-time, they're getting trained by you. Eventually, you're going to build up confidence in them. Now, in this role, you're still handling the account management, but they're handling the delivery. If you're the one that runs the meetings and runs the strategy, they're the one that's actually implementing that. So they're the one doing the media buying or creating the creative or building the websites or running the CRO split test. They are the person that's actually doing the thing behind the scenes. This is someone that could probably be offshore, maybe even in Eastern Europe. If you need help finding offshore talent, reach out to me. I got a lot of great resources I'm happy to refer to you. At this point, we need to now go to market. You need to then take your 12 clients and make it about 20 clients. So this is where you need to start DMing people. Based on your 12 clients, I want you to look at all the clients you've worked with and identify who are the ones you've been most successful with. Can you build what I call an archetype, an ICP, an ideal customer profile, the type of person they are, the type of business size they are, and I want you to build a list. I want you to go on softwares like Apollo.io, identify the criteria of industry, the amount of people that are in their company, the title that is that you're DMing, and I want you to do two things. Number one, I want you to connect with all these people on LinkedIn. Number two, I want you to build an email list. And number three, I want you to find these people on Facebook. And I want you to send 100 to 200 DMs, emails, and messages a day. If you could do it on LinkedIn, email, and Facebook every day, that is what I want you to do. On all of those platforms, I want you to go back to what we were talking about with content and make sure you're posting content every day about the work you're doing with clients. Be methodical, share success stories, share longer blog style posts, and continue to go back to your 12 clients and ask for referrals. Once a month or once a quarter, I want you to check in with your clients and see if they're enjoying the service. On a quarterly basis, if they are enjoying that service, I want you to ask them for a referral. And here's exactly how to say it. Hey, Mr. or Mrs. Client. First and foremost, I really appreciate your partnership. I'm so grateful that you work with us to help you build your company. We're looking to increase our impact. Do you know anyone that you think would receive value from our service? If the answer is yes, and they give an introduction and a referral, mention that you're going to give them 10%, $500, $1,000 for that referral. What you want to be able to do is calculate your gross profit after the service is delivered, which basically means if you're charging $1,500 and it costs you $500 to deliver the service, your gross profit is $1,000. I want you to be willing to give away your gross profit for the first month of service to get more clients. Because at this point, I want you to be able to get up to about 20 to 30 clients in total so you can get more success stories. When you have more success stories and you could hire more people, you're able to really scale your brand because you have more cash flow to invest. At this point, you might have had to hire a second or third person on operations. You might have had to hire a second or third VA. If you only do these things, you write content daily, you message 200 to 300 to 500 people a day. You deliver exceptional work to your clients. You train your team members over several months. You build checklists where you have audits daily. And if you're able to do this really well, by the time you get to 40 clients, if you're charging $2,000 to $2,500, you'll be doing $1 million annually. By the time you get to 30 clients, you're going to be so close. And that's when you should be investing in deeper skilled services. You should be investing in consultants. You should be investing in experts that charge a premium, but their services work really well. That is how you're going to start an agency in 2024. I know watching all this, I make it seem simple, but it is difficult. So make sure you like and subscribe to this video if you receive value so I can keep showing up on your feed to help you grow an agency in 2024. If you are not a beginner and you're someone that's doing at least $300,000 annually, feel free to go to the link below and book a call with us where we can help you scale your agency in 2024 and beyond. Cheers.